Okay, leaving Delano at about 6:45 or so and making my way through the shops at Mandalay Place. Next stop is Luxor. All right, it's only 6:48 now. I'm already in the Luxor lobby, shaped like a pyramid. Very cool. See what's next. All right, I made it through ancient Egypt. I had to take off my jacket. It's getting kind of warm. I'm supposed to be headed to Excalibur now, but I found myself in a mall from 1988, I think. All right, it's about 6:58 now. I am in Excalibur. I'm appreciating the days of yore, if you will. And yes, it's been a while since this hotel was updated, maybe a couple hundred years or so, but it is cool and shaped like a castle. Now I'm headed out to Las Vegas Boulevard because there is no way to connect this hotel to its neighbor, New York, New York. They actually make it pretty easy for you. You don't even have to go to Las Vegas Boulevard. You see there was this bridge, and I am crossing it since I have come to it. It's taking me from Excalibur to New York, New York. I don't know if there is a skunk issue here in Las Vegas, or perhaps I smell marijuana. Yeah. I mean, New York, New York is a very cool hotel. It's not the most upscale hotel, but it's literally shaped like the New York City skyline, complete with a Brooklyn Bridge. It smells like pickles and pizza. It's great. But you don't actually have to walk through the hotel to get to the next hotel. So I'm back out on Las Vegas Boulevard enjoying some fresh air. It's only 7:11. I'm doing pretty well. Okay, it's now 7:18 and I just passed Park at MGM. I suspect most people pass Park at MGM. It used to be called the Monte Carlo. Don't think there's a big draw to it, although it does have Italy. And I just peeked inside and it's very busy, so I stand corrected. There are people that go inside that building. But now I'm headed toward the center strip where most of the action is. This is gonna be exciting. Yeah, I am now in the middle of City Center, which is literally the size of a medium-sized city. It includes a Waldorf Astoria, it includes the Aria, and it includes these beautiful residences. And it also includes Vdara, which is on the other side of this mall. It is endless. It was the largest privately held construction project in the United States when it was built. That record actually may stand. This place is unbelievable, and it's beautiful. And it's actually kind of quiet right now. Time is 7:29. If you're able to resist the temptation of the shops at Crystals with Tiffany, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, Louis Vuitton, then you will ultimately get to Cosmopolitan, which is where I am now. It's a lot of people's favorite hotel in Las Vegas. It's not mine. I mean, it is beautiful. There is no question about it. It's dripping with pretty. But for me, it's still a little generic, you know? There's no ancient Egypt. There's no castle. There's not a lot of character. It's just beautiful. All right, the time is 7:36. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, so by now you're probably asking, what is my favorite hotel in Las Vegas? And for that, I'm going to keep you waiting. But I will tell you what my second favorite hotel in Las Vegas is, and that's Bellagio. Why? The fountain show, and it may just be the prettiest hotel in the whole world. It may be. Some of my best memories in my 18 trips to Las Vegas are right here at Bellagio, at the fountains, inside their restaurants, inside their casino. It's a spectacular hotel, but it's not my favorite. But I am going to enjoy the fountain show now. It's 7:46. All right, the time is now 8 o'clock on the nose, and I'm in front of Caesar's Palace. Now, I've been in front of Caesar's Palace for at least 10 minutes, and there's probably still 3 or 4 more minutes to go of me being in front of Caesar's Palace. It's got a huge footprint, and it's one of the most iconic names in Las Vegas. There are challenges with it for me, though. It's something like 5 different towers, and I've stayed there before. So, unlike some of the new builds where they have a central elevator corridor that sprawls out into several wings, this is like 5 or 6 towers with just one lobby. So if you get to your room and your key is demagnetized, you're not going to the reception that night. It's another half an hour at least before you can get back to the lobby and back to your room. So, challenges, yes, but they also have some of the best entertainment in all of Las Vegas. Something to be said for that. Hey, look, I'm still in front of Caesar's Palace. Hey, it's me again. I may have exaggerated about how long it was going to take me to cross Caesar's Palace on the Strip. It took about 10 minutes in total. We're now at the part of the Strip where the plots of land get much bigger and the hotels get a little further apart. But we're also more than halfway up Las Vegas Boulevard, and we're now actually within sight of the end where I'm staying. But here we are in front of the Mirage. The Mirage was one of the first, if not the first, mega resort in Las Vegas that was built. And I'm a few minutes late. At 8 o'clock, the volcano behind me erupted, and it's not going to erupt again until 9 o'clock. And, well, I'm just not going to wait for that. So here we go. Onward and upward. All right, well, here we are now at Treasure Island, or as they call it, TI, because Treasure Island is apparently too long. This is the part of the walk where my feet are actually now beginning to hurt a little bit. But rest assured, I am going to complete this. Now, Treasure Island's kind of cool. They have pirate ships here right out front, and they used to have real pirate fights a few times every evening, maybe even on the hour. They don't do it anymore, and I'm not sure if that's because of the pandemic, or if pirates are not politically correct, or if there's just not enough demand for it. But I kind of like this hotel. I think it has a lot of character, a little bit under the radar, and a lot of fun. All right, thanks for sticking with me. It is now about 8:28, and I'm at the quietest part of the Strip here, especially at night. I'm at Fashion Show Mall, which is a big plot of land in between Treasure Island and some of the development here on the northernmost side of the Strip. There are good restaurants here, and there's good shopping here. Upscale, but not ostentatious. Like, you could actually probably buy things here without having one big in the casino. But not busy at night. I don't know that I would necessarily come down here super late at evening, but fine for now, and we are almost home. All right, the clock just struck 8:33. You can probably hear me very well, and that's because there's nothing around me. This is the longest stretch of nothing on this side. That's the west side of Las Vegas Boulevard. This plot of land, which you really can't even see from the street, but you can see from the high-rises, is reserved. It is owned by Wynn, and at some point will probably be developed. No plans as of yet, and so what that means is just a long, quiet stroll. But the next stop is the last stop. We did it. All right, it is 8:44, 1 minute shy of 2 hours that it took to get all the way from the Delano to Resorts World Las Vegas, which is where I'm staying. It is not actually the last hotel on the west side of Las Vegas Boulevard. There are 2 other hotels north of here that I will not be walking to today. One is Circus, and that serves a purpose. If, for example, you were actually in the circus, it would be a nice hotel for you. Beyond that, not sure. Beyond that is Stratosphere, which is pretty incredible. It's the tallest structure in Las Vegas, and there are rides at the top. There's a slingshot ride and there's a roller coaster way atop the tower. But it is a hike even from here. So this is the last stop 2 hours later. Now I made stops along the way, so if you hoofed it, I'm sure you could make it in an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes. It's a nice walk. Resorts World is interesting. It's a Hilton branded product. There's a Conrad, there's a Hilton, and there's a Crockford's property all within one. And probably more LED screens than anywhere ever, maybe other than Times Square. It is bright here, and I have a room that is facing one of those screens, so if you don't use your blackout shades, it is daytime all the time. Anyway, a cool hotel. It is the newest hotel on the Strip, but again, it is, for me, a little cold, a little generic. It's very sleek and very pretty, but doesn't have a lot of that character. Oh wait, I almost forgot. We're at the end and you don't know what my favorite hotel in Las Vegas is. I'll give you a hint. It's over my shoulder. Yeah, it's the Wynn and Encore. And that's on the east side of the Strip, so it wasn't part of today's tour, but it is my favorite hotel in the world. It is a 4,000 plus room hotel that is a 5-diamond, 5-star property, and they deliver every time I've stayed there. It's also the nicest smelling hotel I have ever stepped foot in. I go there just to smell it. In fact, yesterday morning for breakfast, I went over there just so I could inhale a few times. I've purchased the scent of the Wynn for my own office at my house. It's called Asian Rain, look it up. You can buy it at the Wynn Home Store. I digress. It's beautiful. It's my favorite. It's my number one. And if you have an opportunity, stay there. But thanks for joining me. It's now officially over to 2-hour mark. I am headed inside, maybe to lose a little bit of money, maybe to do a little bit of work. But it's great being with you. Take care. Bye.